Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to have a chat about some of the trickery that bar girls get up to and a couple of stories, while we have a proper look around the various levels of Terminal 21 in North Pattaya. And for the newbies watching, I'll put up a map of Pattaya now to show you where Terminal 21 is in the city. And just follow the cursor and I'll show you where things are. So the red line is Second Road, which runs right up the centre of Pattaya. That's North Pattaya Road, that's Beach Road, that's Walking Street, that's South Pattaya Road, that's Central Pattaya Road or Pattaya Klang, and that is where Terminal 21 is, right at the top where North Road joins Second Road. Okay, got it? Okay, so we're going to start off the chat with a couple of things which many regular guys who come to Pattaya are not aware of. Now, when guys come to Pattaya, a lot of them have semi-regular girls when they come for the vacation, and they see those girls 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah. Now, in between seeing those girls, they'll also have the odd girl here and there, short time or long time, now and then. Now, these semi-regular girls always seem to know about these extra girls. Now, how do they know when you haven't even seen the semi-regular girl, maybe for a couple of days? Well, it's very simple. All of the hotel staff are ratting on you. It's really, that's the truth. Any chance that they get, and that includes the cleaning staff as well as the reception staff, they will go out of their way to tell the semi-regular girl about your dalliances with the other ones. Usually when the semi-regular girl is on the way out alone in the morning. This is endemic, right? This is most of the hotels in Pattaya. This happens. So factor that into any stories that you might decide to tell your regular girl, because she will know about the ones that you see in between when you see her. Okay? Now, there's another thing which most of you won't know, and that is every time that you take a girl back to your hotel, you're being watched. By who? By the local motorbike taxi guys who are sitting right outside your hotel or just slightly down the street from the hotel. And they watch you take the girls in. Every day they watch you take the girls in. When the girl leaves in the morning, she will inevitably go to that motorbike taxi station because it's the nearest one right outside to get a ride home. And the motorbike taxi guy, if he happens to fancy the girl, or if he's just jealous and thinks you're doing too well, then he'll make some comment to the girl like, "You're the 10th girl this guy's had this week," just to put the girl off you. How do I know this? Because a girl that I've known for a long time told me the motorbike taxi guys rat on the phalanx all the time, and she thought it was really funny. Now, I've got to tell you this other one. This is before I came to live here, when I was just visiting and stayed in a hotel. There was a guy in the same hotel as me who I got quite friendly with, and he'd been to Pattaya many times, and the previous trip 3 months before, he'd met a girl he really liked. So anyway, when he came this time, he went to the bar where he'd met her, and the mama-san said, no, she's not working here anymore, she's gone home to Isan. So anyway, he had her phone number, and he sent her a text message, and she came back to him and she said, "Oh, I'm at home in Isan." but I wasn't going to come back to Pattaya. And he said, well, I want to see you. Come back and stay with me for a few days and in my hotel. And she said, okay, I will do. But I need some money for the bus, and also I don't have any clothes anymore. I need to buy a few clothes to come. So I need maybe 2 or 3,000 baht. Can you send that? So anyway, the guy sent the 3,000 baht to the girl, and she got it, sent it cash going back. She gave him the details, and he put it in. And then she said, okay, I'll get a bus, I'll come tomorrow. Tomorrow came, no girl. And then he tried to get in touch with her for a day, 2 days, couldn't get in touch with her. And then she came back to him, and she said, I tried to come, but the bus had a crash, and I'm in hospital, and the bus accident was bad, and I've broken my leg, and I'm in hospital, and I can't pay the hospital bill. Can you help me? Because I'm stuck in hospital, coming to see you, and like it's your fault, and I've got this hospital bill because I'm coming to see you, and it's your fault. And the guy wasn't that stupid. He didn't fall for it. He just said it. He said, I'm sorry, forget it. Okay, forget it. He wasn't that naive, but that was a little bit of a scam, I think. So let me tell you about this Bangkok lady who is a friend of a girl I know quite well. And the Bangkok lady worked as a freelancer, and she'd been doing this for quite a few years, 8-10 years, something like that. And she had all the silicone enhancements on her chest and on her ass, and lip enhancements and everything, and she was really into it, you know. But then she would reach what she considered to be the ripe old age of 35. So she decided, for her own security, it was time to find a rich husband. Now, she knew from freelance experience that she was very popular with Arab men, mainly because of her shape. Yeah. So she started to go around Soi Arab, you know, Sukhumvit Soi 3 in Bangkok. And after a while, she started seeing this Lebanese guy who was the owner of a large popular restaurant, and she became his girlfriend. But that wasn't really good enough. She wanted to be the wife of the owner of one of the better restaurants on Soi Arab. So she made sure that they didn't use any form of contraception, and she told her boyfriend that she was on the pill. Anyway, after a few short months, she announced that she was pregnant and he was about to become a father. And what did he want to do about it? Well, the guy was over the moon, because he was already 50 and he didn't have any children. So he immediately arranged for them to get married, and married properly with all the paperwork and everything. So she was now the joint boss of one of the better restaurants in Soi Arab, and she lived in a luxury condo, and all she ever wanted, really, except for this child, which she'd never wanted, as it would restrict her freedom too much. So one day she called her husband when he was at work and told him she'd been really, really ill in the bathroom all day, and she'd suffered a miscarriage. Now, how true this was, we'll never know. Whether she ever actually was pregnant, we'll never know. But what she had was everything that she ever wanted. She had a wealthy husband. She had like half ownership almost, or was at least the boss of a good restaurant business. And she lived in a luxury condo. And did she trick the guy? What do you think? We'll never know, but I know what I think. Anyway, there you go. There's another one. What I can say is that in 20 years of coming and living in Thailand, I've known a lot of Thai girls, and I can say that I only ever met half a dozen out of all of them that I would actually trust. I would class as trustworthy people. I would say that if you're the sort of person who has a soft heart, the sort of person who falls in love easily, you really should not ever come to Pattaya. Why? Because the girls, though we're talking about bar girls here, don't have soft hearts. And it's got a lot to do with the differences in the way that you were brought up. Now, if a Falang has an easy upbringing, an easy life, and never had any real problem with money and things like that, never really struggled, never had to worry about survival, and never really faced any of life's serious survival challenges. Now you compare that to the way some of these Thai girls in Isan have been brought up from very poor backgrounds, and they've had to learn to survive. In this sort of world, you cannot have a soft heart. You can't allow yourself the luxury of falling in love, and it makes you hard. So this is all about one of the strongest instincts in the world, which is survival. So if you have a soft heart and if you fall in love easily, you really don't want to be coming here looking for a girlfriend in the sense of a wife or a long-term girlfriend. You really don't want that because you're just not equipped for it, you know. You really want to have stick to the one-day rule. If you're going to enjoy it, stick very strictly to the one-day rule, and then you might have a chance. But if you allow yourself to get involved with these bar girls and you're not equipped for it, emotionally you're not equipped for it, you're going to end up with losing everything. You can't. Some guys lose everything. I mean, you know, money, everything. Some guys do. So you have to be very careful. If you're the soft-hearted type, either don't come or stick strictly to the one-day rule. I'm just going to interrupt the stories for a minute because I want to show you the food court here particularly. They called it Pier 21, and it's really, really cheap. I mean, this place opens at 11 o'clock, and at 11:05 there's people in the food court queuing up and getting food. It's the Thai people, it's Thai prices, and Thai people eat here, but it's really, really, really cheap. I'll just show you some of the TV screens, and I'll just show you the sort of prices we're talking about. But I mean, like here for example, okay, let's just stop that for a second. See, pork and vegetables, seafood and vegetable, 30 baht, 35 baht. It's really, really cheap. It's like you know, even less than you would pay on the barrows which run around the streets. It's that sort of price. And look at that one, 35 baht for a nice proper soup or something. You know, there's another one I'll show you later where they do smoothies. Now smoothies are something like, you know, 60 baht usually. Wait till you see the price of the smoothies here. And look at the food there, that guy. It's quite nice. There's nothing wrong with the food. The food's good. See, look at it. It's really good quality, very, very cheap Thai prices. So if you ever want to eat on the cheap side, you would never have thought, if you didn't know, that you could eat cheaply here, would you? Because if you come in and you go downstairs, you've got all the KFCs and this and that, and it's not cheap. But come up here, and you've got absolutely for peanuts. There's another one here. I'll just show you this one. What's this one? This is noodles, I think, if I remember right. Let's just have a look, see what it is. See, chicken and rice, pork and rice, 35 baht. Chicken steak, 40 baht. That's so incredibly cheap, and it's in a nice air-conditioned place as well. Look at that one. If you're English, that's fish and chips on the right, 40 baht. 40 baht is less than £1 English pound. Would you get fish and chips at the seaside in England for £1? I don't think so. Crazy cheap prices here. I'll take you and look at show you the smoothies now. Just look at the prices in a second here. I mean, look at those fruit smoothies, 35 baht, 42 baht. Anywhere, even Sorbicare, anywhere, it's 60 baht. You know, it's so cheap here. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this place. Some of you may know about it, some of you may eat here. But I just thought I'd just show you in case you didn't know about it. So that's Pier 21, which is the food court at Terminal 21. So we've done that now. I shall now do you another story. Quite a good story, this one. It's a little bit longer than the others, but it's enjoyable. We'll start with the other story now. Look at that, Leaning Tower of Pisa. Anyway, let's get on with the story. So this is about an English guy called Phil. He's a good-looking lad. I've known him a while, and he's in his 40s, and he's a Pattaya regular, and the girls like him. He's very popular with the girls. He's from southwest England, from Bristol. So on one of his trips, he met a freelancer named Knock, who really liked him, and she wanted to have a proper relationship with him. But he's not that type, you know. He's really a fairly hard-hearted guy in some way. He doesn't fall in love easily. So he's perfect for Pattaya because he's attractive to the girls and he's hard. So he's the perfect Pattaya guy in many ways. And he used to come and just enjoy himself. But this girl Knock used to really, really like him, and she was pushing every time that he came, because he came every 3 months or so. And she would want to see him all the time. To the point where she started like driving him mad, saying, like, I want to see you all the time, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, and what have you. And it really got heavy from her side and not from his. And in the end, he decided that he'd had enough of the push to get a strong relationship going, and he broke it off with her. But he didn't break it off totally and completely. He just stopped seeing her. But they had Line. They had the app called Line, and on Line there's something called the timeline, which you tend to see other people's information, and they put something on, and you can follow what people are doing if they upload on timeline. You can see what they're up to. And anyway, he used to see this. He used to watch the timeline quite often, and So although he didn't speak to her, he knew what she was up to. Anyway, after some months and months, she ended up putting pictures of her and an older guy on the timeline, and it ends up this older guy is British, okay, and she wanted to get married, and that's what she was after more than anything. So anyway, the next thing, there's pictures on the timeline of her and this British guy getting married. And the next thing is she ends up back in Britain. And the guy is actually Welsh and he's from Cardiff. Now, I don't know how well you know the UK or Britain, but Cardiff and where Phil is from in Bristol are only just over 1 hour drive from one to the other, or train ride, just about an hour and a half. So she ended up coming back to live in Britain, live in Cardiff. So what did Phil do when he was home? He sent her a message online saying, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing? You do realize you're only 1 hour away from me." And the next thing that happened was that she starts chasing him, and she made up some story about to the older guy that she'd married, about there was some Thai ladies community group in Bristol, and she wanted to start going to every month to go to this community group to meet all their Thai friends. So that's what she used to do. So every month she went to Bristol for the day with Phil. So anyway guys, if you like the video, please subscribe and like and share and ring the bell, and I shall see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.